Welcome to Mma Made, the best MMA show around the world. Mighty Devin Debo Taylor.
It's been a while. I'm like sore. Like,
Is it? You all right?
It's hard to really get the guns up there. You know what I mean? Like it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, they're used to just staying up there. So taking a week off.
It was more than a week off, guy, because we were on break for a while. So,
but I was champ while we were that whole time.
Really?
Yeah, because I was a season 2 champ.
Ooh.
So after season 2, I was still technically champ.
All right.
So yeah, you know, just get back in shape. You know what I mean? Getting back in it.
Okay. Hey, today I don't care. I'm drinking a beverage tonight. I'm a little parched. Thirsty.
So you know, when back when you were champ, did you find that the right shoulder is how you wanted to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
Like, would you feel like? And it is a good picture of me. It is good. You know what? It is comfortable. I can get it's comfortable again.
Don't get too used to it.
Don't get too used to it. No.
We got UFC 183 this week.
Terrible week to be champ. But you know what? It is what it is.
All right, let's get into let's go back. Let's go back.
Oh, one more thing real quick.
Yeah.
I would appreciate if you would refer to me as champ.
Well, I mean, you could appreciate that and hope.
I will be referring to myself in third person today as the champ.
Hey, you know what?
I'm going to let you know that.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to let you on a little secret. You know what my mama used to say? She said, one hand and, you know, do something else in the other and see which one fills up first. You know what I'm saying?
Champion Devin Taylor doesn't really know what you're talking about right now.
We're just going to call him Devin Bones Taylor to put a, you know, blunt.
Champ Debo says you call him whatever you want as long as you call him champ. Champ Debo don't care.
Oh, God, this is going to be a long night.
Champ Debo thinks it is going to be a long night. Champ Debo don't care.
All right, look, let's get right into it. So, obviously, Devin wins the belt because of the Gustafsson. Dude, that was a bad decision. That fight had a bad decision.
Champ Debo was confused.
No, because Gustafsson should have never fought Rumble. That was a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Champ Debo agrees with what you say. Champ Debo sees where you went with that.
Oh, dude, I'm watching the fights by myself, which is an odd. It's a rarity, right?
Champ Debo feels bad for you.
Stockholm, UFC Fight Night, that's what we're talking about. Sitting on the couch. My girl gets home right when Rumble clocks Gustafsson in the face, right? She goes, "Didn't you take Gustafsson?" I was like, "Just leave the room, please. Just leave the room." She's like, "He looks like he's about to lose." And I'm like, "No!" And then I had to text Flying Brian because it was just...
Wait, Champ Debo wants to know what you texted him.
It was a explicit word with a lot of explanations beyond it. So we'll just, you can go through the tweets if you want. I didn't erase it. I didn't go back. It's still there.
Champ Debo also watched this fight live, and Champ Debo received immense pleasure from watching Gustafsson's head just fly off the mat, like, because he was put his head down, and then Rumble would hit his head, and it would rocket all the way back up. Champ Debo enjoyed himself that much that night.
You know what? All the fans that we did have, we just lost because the douche meter just got like to the red line, like the RPM gauge, like V-Tech tacking out. That you like banging up the studio and whatnot.
I'm sure Champ Debo don't care about your studio.
Don't be taking my moves, moving the belt around, and don't even get comfortable with it. It's not staying over there. It is not staying over there.
When it goes home with the champ, what do you think he's going to say?
Anyways, Phil Davis, Ryan Bader. You know what I was really hoping for? Is that after Ryan Bader gets that split decision over Davis, I'm like, dude, I hope Gustafsson really wins now. Because Debo was like, you know what? I can't really decide if I should go with Rumble. And that's the other thing. You didn't even want to take Rumble. Would you stop banging up this?
Champ Debo ain't even listen to you anymore, boss.
So anyways, this is the Mighty show tonight, by the way. I'll cut over there once in a while just so you can see. Basically, if you've ever seen an idiot savant, that's basically what he is. But he might even be something else.
Champ Debo doesn't even recognize your presence here.
He's like the Rain Man. He's like Dustin Hoffman.
I really am. Like, you get me in a room picking fights, I can't lose. I can't lose.
Oh man, I gotta pick the upset with the best champ. I guess I'll take
You're
Rumble.
right. I will pick the upset.
Actually,
Champ Debo picks the upset.
Bader won too in the upset.
I wouldn't have even wanted that one. I wanted.
But you were thinking about it.
You're right. I knew both of them would get upset.
Yeah. Then why didn't you take both of them? Because you could have just been like, I showed you. Like you didn't have to have any doubt.
Did you watch your fighter's head fly off the mat?
No, I was in the corner crying at that point.
Champ Debo feels bad for you, boss.
I was like, look, I don't mind losing the belt. That's cool. I'm good with that.
You're
just
used
please,
to it. You're getting used to it.
Just please, Rumble. Anthony Rumble Johnson, handle John Bones Jones. Handle him. I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen. Are you done over there?
Champ Debo doesn't think that fight's going to happen.
Champ Debo is an idiot savant.
Champ Debo doesn't think Johnson can take Jones.
No?
No. Really? I think it'll be a good fight, though.
Yeah.
But Champ Debo thinks that Jones uses his reach, better striker, too varied.
You know that our views were at like an all-time low last week. This episode with you being Chump Debo is even going to bring us down lower.
Champ Debo thinks that people were scared and confused with Mighty being the champion for a week. It was painful to watch. They saw my pain, they felt it, and a lot of complaints. And I had to do that. I did this for the people.
Is that what it was?
This right here.
Did they think I was disrespecting you?
People's champ. Okay? People's champ.
Listen here, Tito Ortiz.
Yep.
All I heard is hashtag bitter beer face about you when I was telling you how I had the belt. And it's all good.
All of those people are wearing their break bones shirt. You take them home. Unbroken. Unbroken bones.
So anyways, Phil Davis, Ryan Bader, go split decision. Whatever.
And I was getting some love. I got that JDS Kane analogy came back up.
And then Musasi against Hendo. Seriously, on a serious note, did you think it was an early stoppage?
Champ Debo thinks that it was a little bit early. Henderson has proven that he is a durable fighter. This was an early call. His eye was indeed really, really damaged. And if he had continued to fight, it would have been bad. It was an early stoppage. But it turns out it actually possibly saved his career because his eye actually was really injured. And so he needed them to stop it. But he didn't want it.
No. Well, I mean, if you look, when Musasi gets over there after Hendo takes his backwards tumble, Musasi kind of lets up for a minute, like, hey, ref, come stop this. Ref's like, no. So, I mean, at full speed, you might think it's an early stoppage, but when you look at the replay, I think it's definitely just, even with the eye out of the equation.
The weird part is, Hendo's actually blaming Musasi for a little bit, because Hendo's like, oh, he was pointing at my eye, so then I had to kind of go crazy because I thought something was wrong with my eye. And then it turns out there was actually something wrong with his eye.
So Musasi was trying to save his life.
Yeah, so in the end, I think everyone's okay with it. And hopefully Hendo's close to hanging him up.
He says no. He doesn't care.
He's one of them good old boys. He's going to fight till they tear him from the ring. Kind of like Couture, probably.
Probably. Whatever. I mean, it wasn't the fight that I wanted to see. I wanted to see something a little more technical, something a little longer.
Hendo's not a technical.
I wasn't talking about on his aspect.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Hey, looking for a technical fight from Hendo. Okay.
I was talking about Musasi. So overall, the card, great. The prelims, great.
Some really good prelims.
The Andy Ogle fight. When dude came out with flying knee. The guy from Finland.
Yeah,
what is his name?
It's a very
Yeah.
It's the first one is like Markin. It's all there's no vowels.
Yeah.
It's all consonants.
It basically he kind of reminded me of you. He's very douchey in his win. So I thought that he was like Debo basically.
Champ Debo sees the resemblance, but it's actually one of the fighters that supposedly Dana White really likes. He's got a lot of. He's kind of maybe a prodigy, and he talks a real good game.
He does.
Somewhat. They're already starting to draw some similarities to maybe your boy Notorious.
Yeah, and he says, "My dream come true. I get to meet Mr. Fear Factor." And then he hugs Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan looks a little in that awkward position.
That's what Joe does.
Prelims solid. Yeah, I don't know what my favorite fight of the night was. Definitely wasn't the main event, that's for sure.
Do you miss it? Do you want to touch it a little bit? I feel bad.
No, it's coming back.
It's coming. When? When do you think it'll?
You know what? Let's get into it right now. Let's just jump in. I'm not going to worry about everything that's happened this past week in the rumor mill. Let's just get right to UFC 183.
For those of you who will see me around town, I will be wearing this all week.
Are you going to be doing autographs?
No.
You're not going to sign an idiot savant?
Champ Debo doesn't sign autographs. Okay?
No? You're too good for that? See, Mighty loves the fans. He do autographs all day long.
I'll sign a baby. I'll sign a baby. You bring me
the
your
baby's head?
Yeah, you bring me a baby, I'll sign the baby. That's it. Photos, nothing. I'll sign a baby.
You know, enjoy that while you can.
This right here getting vandalized. So this is a little picture of the ex-champ. X right through here. Give him a little mustache, jacking up the teeth. Gonna be all bad.
Anyways, UFC 183, what a stacked card. I mean, top to bottom. There's too many fights to put on the line, but I think we go with the top three. The top three fights to analyze and potentially put the belt on the line.
Sure. Champ Debo's not worried.
Would you like to start? Who would you like to start with?
Champ Debo doesn't respect his challenger.
Chump Debo, why don't you open it up and tell me what fight you'd like to start with?
First off, Champ Debo is going to take one of his compatriots, a fellow longtime champion like myself, the Spider Anderson Silva.
Oh, so you're going to start right from the top. Main event.
I'm
Jump into
the top. Well, you wanted me to pick one, and I think it's the one that I don't know how much drugs you're on, but unless you're that like really out there, I assume you're going to agree with me.
I think either Anderson Silva wins or Nick Diaz may bring in a weapon and try to break his other leg and get the gravy to pour out of it. Unfortunately, I have to agree with you. Silva takes that fight, and if Silva doesn't win for some reason, he's done. He's done. I don't care if he wants to fight again. Just done.
The one fear you have in this is Anderson Silva goes to throw a leg kick and it gets checked and it snaps again, or somewhere in there it kind of triggers and mentally he's not really there, which is what he has actually said his biggest hurdle in coming back was mentally getting over it. I don't think Nick Diaz has ever checked a kick. I think he's like allergic to checking kicks. He just takes them and wades through. So short of that, I don't see where he really. I don't see him winning this fight.
I actually see Silva potentially winning this first round. He comes back. He has to make a statement.
It's tough because he doesn't like to start quick. He likes to gauge his opponent first. So I would put it in the second, but it's possible in the first.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Next one down, Gastelum against Woodley.
This is why this is a really bad week to be the champ. This is about as close of a fight as you can call. Both guys are riding it. And here's my evil genius plan. Here's what I love. I love to be champ for a week like this because I'm going to take Kelvin Gastelum. And what this forces the chump Mighty to do is he has to take Tyrone Woodley. And if you remember correctly, Tyrone Woodley broke his best friend's leg, gravy poured out, and Mighty cried himself to sleep for several days. So
I didn't even think about it. That's pretty messed up. See, I was wondering where you were going with this.
So
That is messed up.
Would you be willing to root for the man who just gravy poured out your boy's leg?
You know, I completely forgot about that. I mean, the
I'm
problem
excited
was
to remind him.
my mind was cluttered from Chael Sonnen choking out Shogun in that one fight.
Champ Debo doesn't even worry about the past like that. It's all behind me. This right here, it's like a bulletproof vest, baby. You take shots at the champ, bounces right off, baby.
Costello
Yeah.
Woodley. God.
Yeah, you want to root for Woodley? It's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting that whole time. Champ Debo plays mind games, baby.
Let's go back to that one. I'm gonna pass for now. We're gonna go back. Third fight. There's so many to choose from.
You've also got the Al Iaquinta
Against
Joe Lozon
Lozon.
fight.
God.
Once again, another great fight for the chump to try and call, because that's going to be a very close fight as well. Both of those guys, very well-rounded. Al Iaquinta's just he's tearing through that division.
He is.
I mean, I don't know what kind of training regimen they got at Serra Longo, but Weidman's killing it, and Iaquinta looks like he's headed for a belt.
And I don't even like Iaquinta that much, man. I like Lozon too.
I really like Lozon. Seems like a great guy.
He
you know
does.
what? I don't even know him. If I see you, first one's on me.
Who are you gonna take in that fight?
Champ Debo would like to know who you are. Do you make any picks around here, or you just ride the coattails?
I'm gonna go Joe Lozon in that fight. I am. I don't know where the line is on it, but
You're gonna make Champ Debo pick and get.
I'm gonna make you.
You know what I'll do? I'll pick Joe Lozon. Champ Debo plays mind games, baby. This is what it is to be the champ.
You know what? Natural born killer. We're gonna push you to the side. I love you. I love you, baby.
He jumps off the bandwagon.
But the belt's on the line. I think.
Champ Debo is not surprised. Some people aren't loyal.
You know what? No. You know what? I gotta go. We talked about this year that we were both gonna be strategic and bring our A game. I feel Woodley will give Gastelum his first loss. I think he actually will.
Well, then there it is.
That's the fight. Woodley, you better do it.
Champ Debo ain't worried. Champ Debo ain't worried. Kelvin Gastelum is a monster.
He is. He's scary because he's always like, everyone just looks past that. He's so...
This is going to be a really good fight. And actually, I won't be upset. If this time I lose the belt, I'll be all right, because I like Tyron Woodley. He's a great fighter, and he could use this win. But Kelvin Gastelum, man, is a monster.
He is, and I just think there's nothing distinguishing about him, and I think that's why so many people just never give him any recognition.
What I like about he has gotten significantly better every fight.
He has. He really has.
I mean, he was one of those guys, was a great wrestler, had good power, and has added technique every single fight.
Yeah.
Gotten better with his striking, better with his kicks. I mean, he's become a very well-rounded fighter. The wrestling you assume is going to even out, negate each other.
Yeah.
We'll see who's a better striker.
All right, well, Mr. Dustin Hoffman, the idiot savant, Rain Man, Devin Debo Taylor, the champion this week.
There it is.
I put it all in there.
Champ Debo loves when you say his name.
Mighty. I get that belt next week.
He ain't never going to get this belt.